Ever imagined what happens when one goes into coma? What do you think happens when you seem dead and your mind is asleep? A dirty scientist was able to discover a whole different world, and a new reality for people in coma. Every place, every component, every bit of this world, all made up by memories of different coma patients, forming an entire new universe. A place where coma patients have to survive if they must go back to the real world. For him it is a place where everyone can have a second chance and live the life of their dreams, living up to 100 years, while just 1 year has passed on Earth. The scientists, under the veil of religion, take certain persons with certain skills and induce them into coma against their will, with the hope of building a world where people can live happily, void of the sadness of reality, a world where people would rather live in, than in reality. Victor wakes up in his apartment and realizes this strange world. While yet processing it all, he's attacked by a black creature, one of a kind called Reapers. Victor is rescued by a squad of other coma patients, led by Phantom, and is brought to the hideout of other coma patients, a group of survivors led by Yan. He keeps learning about the new place, how everyone's memories are interconnected and forms the new world and the people in it, except for the Reapers, who are coma patients like themselves, who have lost their memories, but their families won't let them off life support. Victor begins to grow some feelings for a girl there called Fly. Weird names, right? Yeah. In coma no one remembers anything, not even their own names, so nicknames are usually given, and you'll sure get a weirder one if you don't name yourself first. That's it, let's go back to the story. While with the group, Victor discovers his own ability, in a tight mission that almost took their lives, to build out of his thoughts and craft his own desired architecture, recreating every blueprint he can imagine in his head into reality. Unknown to anyone, it wasn't a coincidence nor a discovery, but that was why the architect is in coma in the first place. Soon the group set out to a new location where the architect is to build them a new city and place of refuge safe from Reapers, as Yan and the others had demanded. On their way, betrayed by envious Phantom, they're attacked by Reapers and Victor vanishes, and he wakes up in a hospital bed. He slowly recollects how he got there with his girlfriend who was lying next to him in that room. That Fly who he had fallen in love with and kissed in the coma was actually his lover. He as well finds their leader Yan and remembers he was the lead scientist who invited him and was earlier trying to force him into the coma. Yan reveals his plans to create a better world where people can start afresh and can be whatever they dream of, and he needs Victor as the last piece to build him that place of peace and happiness. To save Fly and the others, Victor is left with no option but to go back and do as Yan requests. Victor is sent back stronger than ever, and with his powers he builds Yan's city, pleading Yan to now let them go. Yan begins to recollect their sad lives outside the coma and reminds them how terrible it was and how they finally have a life and purpose in the new world. All but Fly and Victor ask to stay, but Yan refuses since they now know the whole truth. He sees them as a threat to his followers, because one day they might speak, and people in the coma will come to learn that their heaven was not created by any god. Short summary, right? Yeah. We don't want to spoil it all for viewers who might like to see the full movie, and so we're stopping right here. Now back to the question asked in the beginning, what do you think happens in coma? Well, for all our sakes let's just hope the story is not true, 'cause you might be reaped by some Reapers before you ever get to find the architect's city. Drop your thoughts and a like. Jay recommended got your 6.